For years, environmentalists have been pushing for solar and wind to replace oil, gas, and coal. But there's one question that hasn't come up nearly enough. What happens when the sun sets and the wind stops? That might sound like an obvious problem, but it's not one that's near being solved. A nuclear or carbon fuel power plant can be relied upon to operate 24/7, but wind power requires steady wind speeds. Solar power requires cloudless skies and the sun to be high in the sky. Even in one of the best areas in the U.S., Tucson, Arizona, solar panels generate electricity at 60% capacity only about 4 to 5 hours a day, depending on the season. So if you're dead set on using solar and wind, what can you do when it's not generating? Unfortunately, there's no good answer. The problem of electricity storage has vexed electrical utilities for over 100 years. The only proven system is pumped hydro storage, which stores energy in the gravitational power of water. But the necessary reservoirs can only be built in certain areas, and the system is bitterly opposed by many environmental organizations. There are batteries, but the amount that can be stored is tiny compared to the cost. In 2016, wind and solar energy consumption accounted for only 2.7% of total U.S. energy. Unless these problems are solved, it's hard to see how they can ever become a dominant force in our energy generation. Constant electricity is critical for modern civilization. Manufacturing, medical facilities, traffic lights, water purification, sanitary sewer disposal, communications, telephones, internet, and almost all lighting, heating, cooling, and ventilation. Without electricity, civilization stops. This has become a real problem for areas that have decided to rely on electricity dependent on the weather. For example, the government of South Australia decided to promote wind power and neglect reliable coal. One day in September 2016, due to a line of thunderstorms, wind farms needed to shut down. Some urban areas were without power for a few hours. Some rural areas were without power for weeks. Since that first blackout, there have been 2 more partial blackouts. One of the hardest hit facilities was an aluminum smelter. When it lost power, the molten aluminum solidified, resulting in a stoppage of production lasting many months. Unfortunately, too many politicians and environmentalists do not understand the limitations of solar and wind. It's not a solution to environmental problems to command humanity to live without reliable energy. To learn more, read the full article on our website. I'm Dr. Stephen J. Allen. Thanks for watching.